culture changed and therefore the experience of parenting changed. But there is solutions. There's a way for us to enjoy parenting, to protect our mental health, and to get the most out of it. Breaking news from the Surgeon General identified parenting as a major health concern. This should get all of our attention. Can parenting really be that difficult? Are children worse? Like, what happened? What is going on with parenting that it is a mental health concern, a major stressor for parents? And they even identified roughly half of parents said that they were completely overwhelmed by parenting, to the point that they even felt numb, that it was preventing them from even operating well in their lives. This is very concerning. We should all be paying attention. So is it parenting? Is it children? And the answer to that is no. It isn't children. It isn't parenting in and of itself. This issue is a sign of the time. It's modern parenting. It is what it takes to parent in a modern time. The culture and the world around us has shifted, and it's had a major impact on how we experience what is already sacrificial work. Parenting is sacrificial, but the culture that we live in has amplified everything to the highest degree. So the first thing we should think about looking at is, what is the source of this overwhelming experience for parenting? And the report looked at a few things. One thing was the cost of childcare. It has become excessive and pretty much astronomical, that a lot of parents are having to make the decision whether or not they're even going to go to work at all, instead of just taking care of their own kids, because the cost is so excessive. I mean, we're talking about thousands of dollars in some instances, as much as a mortgage and more than a car note. I mean, it's very, very expensive. So some people are just like, this is too overwhelming to care for my children. But it's not, again, we're not even talking about something the children did. This isn't even parenting. This is living in an expensive time when things are too excessively expensive. So it's hard to enjoy the process. The second thing they pointed out is that parents are working more, is that the literal amount of hours parents are spending working has increased over time. Again, a sign of the times. What happened, right? What happened was that it used to be that when you went to work and you came home, it was over. But with email and cell phones and all this technology that keep us connected, that thing we say we like, we're working all the time. That even in a grocery store, you're getting a work email that they want a response to, that you can get a phone call, your office phone might even be forwarded to your cell, is that we are working all the time. And again, we still haven't said anything about something children are doing, or that is parenting in and of itself. It's just that parents are working more. We're having to do more. So again, the culture shifted, that our parents, when they went to work, they go to work and come home, and that was it. Work stayed at work, home stayed at home. And it was over. And so they were able to, when they're at home, just kind of enjoy it. Whereas we can be easily distracted in this day and time because of email and cell phones. The third thing they found was that technology is isolating children from parents, that social media, children are engaged in these communities that make them feel connected, but they're more isolated. So that makes parenting very difficult, because now I'm fighting for the attention of my own child. My parents didn't have to worry about this. Our parents didn't have to worry about a lot of these things. And so the culture changed, and therefore the experience of parenting changed. But there is solutions that can help us, prevent us from having a difficult experience. There's a way for us to enjoy parenting, to protect our mental health, and to get the most out of it. The first thing we want to do is to focus on the things about parenting that are timeless. And the answer to that is to focus on relationships. Relationships are timeless. I don't remember very much of what my parents bought me, but I remember the time we spent. I remember how they looked at me when I walked in a room. Those are things that are free. Those are things that all of us can make sure we do. That when our children come around, you know what, I missed you. How are you doing? Every morning at my house, I say to my children, I missed you while you were sleeping. Every single morning. They'll remember that. They might not remember that I bought them a go-kart, that I got them a new something for Christmas, but they're going to remember that when my mom woke up every day, she looked at us with so much hope and excitement in her eyes that we were just there. So if you focus on relationship, we can improve our mental health and the mental health of our children. The longest report on happiness and longevity ever done was done by Harvard, and it found that the number one key to longevity is relationships. And so this is one way to protect our mental health and improve our life expectancy. It's just focus on the relationship with your child. Stay connected with them. The second thing is to focus on their character. So instead of making sure, because sometimes we can get overwhelmed with trying to make sure they have all the best things. But instead of getting overwhelmed with that, focus on making sure they're a good person. Because individuals with good character will be okay, because they're going to figure out how to accomplish the things that they want to accomplish. They're going to treat people well. This is how parents can protect themselves from this major mental health concern that modern times has created around parenting. So focus on relationship and focus on building your children's character so that they can bring so much good to the world, because that's what we're missing. That's what we need more of. Good people, loving people, people who care about each other. And this is how we can kind of, hear the report and say, but not my house. We're going to get this right and do this well. And for more tips, please reach out to Jai on Instagram or on their website. Happy parenting.